Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day. Today is Wednesday the 24th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame. Woke up, wife had to get up super early, so I set an alarm. She basically told me I was supposed to shove her out of bed by 6 a.m. and I didn't shove her out of bed, but I made sure she's waking up. And in the process of waking up, I was like, is today Thursday? And she's like, yep. I'm like, okay, cool. So I kind of got a few things done, didn't think much about it. And I was like, no big deal. So I got up, got around, got the dogs cared for, all that stuff. I was just about to hop in the hot tub and realized the fact I got a text from somebody who's dropping their dog off on Wednesday. And I was like, whew, that's not the right day. It's like, hold on. And I looked, I'm like, oh no, this is Wednesday, not Thursday. So I called her on that later in the evening when she got home. I'm like, hey, just so you know, you kind of screwed me on that, not knowing what day it was. She goes, well, I thought it was Thursday. I'm like, okay. She goes, I realized it, but I was already on heading to work, and I thought maybe you'd went back to sleep and didn't wake you up. I said, well, I almost missed a dog drop off because I was going to be in the hot tub, not asleep. And I said, so if that ever happens again on a day, call and wake me up, like make sure, because there might be something I need to do that day that I messed up my days. So we kind of had a good little chuckle about it. But dog got dropped off, so I didn't have time to get in the hot tub. Then once the dogs are there, it's kind of that weird, like, got to kind of keep them separated and whatnot. And the giant mastiff and the lab thing were playing and having a good time, and then I went back inside, got myself a drink, and then I hear the little one like screaming like he's being murdered. I was like, holy shit, around there and stuff. And I put the big one up real quick and got him, and he was holding his foot a little bit. I was like, okay, so I'm probably got stepped on or something. Not really sure what exactly happened there, but he was definitely favoring it quite a bit. So I just held him. I sat on the ground with him and held him for a while. And the old one came over and like sniffed, was like, what's his problem? And then he stopped crying. Like the moment I was touching him, he stopped crying. He tried to put some weight on, he'd kind of whimper some, and he was definitely not in the best of spirit with that. So went ahead and he was able to, within probably about 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, he was back putting weight on it, walking around. So I was like checking him, and he was just favoring it slightly. And I let the big dog back out, and they kept apart from each other for a while, probably about an hour. And then they started playing again, wrestling and chasing, and the thing was 100% fine again. So my guess is most likely he got stepped on or twisted his ankle or something in the process of playing, but overall it wasn't too bad. So it did scare the crap out of me for a minute there though, which never a good thing when you hear a dog just screaming like it's being murdered. It's always a scary moment, but if it stops in 5 minutes of petting it and holding it, usually not something to worry about. Like I said, he's running around like nothing ever happened, so we're all good to go. So went ahead, I had a doodle that decided to dig a giant hole in the middle of my yard. No idea why. Dug a bunch of little holes around, but decided it was going to dig. This hole was probably 2.5, 3 feet deep, massive hole in the middle of my yard. So I thought, well, I gotta get that filled in. So I thought today's a good enough day to do it. And I tried to rig it back in, but when he was digging, most dogs will dig a little hole, and then dirt kind of lays there, so you shove it back in, tap it down, wet it in, good to go. But this dude, like, threw dirt 8, 10, 12 feet away, like in a circle, like he spun in a circle digging the hole. So dirt's everywhere. And I was like, well, kind of a low part of my yard, I want to backfill it. So had a bunch of sandbags that were left over from, I don't know how many hurricanes ago. They were when I bought the house. They left them, didn't dump them back out. We were on a pallet full there, and the bags were deteriorating from being out in the sun and whatnot. So I thought, well, I'll use those. So I filled the barrel up, multiple trips, wheelbarrow, dumped them all out there. Then I have a pile of dirt left over when I had my patio put in that has good topsoil. So I came back and top dressed it. But the old dog was so loving the new sand. He was out there laying in the sand as I'm throwing shovels of dirt across. Like, I throw it and it kind of spreads out as it lands to kind of give me a nice little dust, nice little, top dressing. And he's laying there, and the dirt's like hitting him and stuff. He don't give a damn. Finally, he gets up, and there's like a perfect little dog-shaped spot in the bare sand, and probably about a 1/2 inch of dirt around him. So I laughed. So I brushed him off, got him cleaned up, and then hung around, got the dogs put inside for a little bit, wetted it down some, and then the old dog went home. Everybody else just kind of chilling out and having a good time. We were just kind of doing our little thing, and then was back inside a little bit later. I went for my run, actually. Went and got my run in, got back out, grabbed a shower. I was hanging around, messing with my pinball machine again, trying to figure out what parts I need to order to make that flipper work. I got to rebuild that flipper. So, but mom was trying to do some cooking, whatever. She was making made up sausage. We were having sausage and biscuits, like a breakfast thing for dinner. And I sat down, turned on the TV. Thought, well, I guess I'm waiting for Karen to get home and stuff, whatever. And then moments after being inside, she decided she went and sat down by the front window, and then Got back up in the kitchen, went back down, stepped to the front window, went back in the kitchen, and then she told me when your wife gets home, turn the oven on to this temperature and whatever and whatnot. She's gonna go lay down. I'm like, okay, whatever. So went in, I was like, no problem. Karen got home, so went and basically talked to her for a moment, started the oven, and I assumed the biscuits were already like in the oven raising, but they weren't there in the fridge. So I got them on the pan, got the oven heated, and started cooking. She came out and she goes, "You heating the gravy up yet?" I said, "No, not yet, but it don't take nearly as long as the biscuits do, so I'll do it in a minute." So then she turns on the biscuit, the stovetop, on the gravy, and goes, "Well, I'm gonna go lay down. I don't feel good." Karen goes, "You gonna eat with us?" And she goes, "No, I'm gonna go lay down," and walks away. But if I hadn't looked over and noticed, she turned the damn stove on and then walked away. And I'm like, well, wasn't gonna turn it on yet, so I turned the stove back off so I didn't burn my gravy, which would have sucked. But went ahead, waited for the biscuits to be about half done. Then I started heating up the gravy. We had biscuits and gravy for dinner. Turned out to be a nice little meal from there. Just kind of basically not too much else. Watched an episode of Wentworth, and then from there, headed back outside, played with the puppies and stuff. Enjoyed the beautiful, gorgeous evening, and had myself a nice little, I actually had 2 cigars, had 2 little small cigars. One's super powerful. I gotta get more of them, but they're unfortunately hard to find. So I need to probably limit my amount of these things I'm smoking, so I'm smoking them pretty quick. But I only got a 5-pack. So, but yeah, went ahead, knocked that out, and then headed back in. And the house was warm, so I actually turned the AC on. So definitely had the heat on here last week, and first time I had the heat on since I think we lived here, and over a year now, and didn't have it on last winter at all. Had it on for a couple days, and now I'm back to AC again. That's Florida for you. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.